So, Grace is going to read a story to us. She is reading from Baby's First Bible, and she just wants to read a story. So let's see what happens here. Okay. Can you find it?
Yeah. Okay. Jonah went in a big boat. They had a lot of animals: lions, bears, elephants, dolphins, not dolphins, but zebras, birds, tigers, pigs, donkeys, and a lot of animals in this boat.
Yeah.
A girl had a baby boy. He laid a baby boy in a basket, covers in a pillow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Here we go. What's this one? Can you do that one?
Daniel went in the magical cave with the lions. The other boy had some sheep. He had so much fun with the sheep.
But what about Daniel? What was he doing?
He was petting the lions.
Were they good lions or bad lions?
Good lions.
Cool. Awesome.
The children went in they ran around and they said stop, and they danced and they go in a circle, and all the children.
Okay, that's all. We can't do every story, so can you can we all say thanks to Grace for reading to us today, this evening? Thanks, Grace. You did so good reading the Bible. What is up, everyone? How are we doing tonight? Everyone good? We're so glad you are with us tonight, back in the Patterson household for the Mix Online, and we're thrilled. And so, first, I just want to welcome all of you. I'm seeing the comments. Feel free to chat it up with your friends. This is where we gather every single week, and you can always invite a friend, subscribe. We're going to be here through the entire month of May. On Wednesday nights. Summer is still being scheduled, as we all know. We don't know, right? So we do know this, that our entire May will be hanging out every Wednesday like this. So invite some friends and hang out with us. And back by popular demand, as people are logging in, y'all, I thought we could play a game.
Okay.
So we're going to play a game with the audience in the comments section, and we're going to go with some Pictionary again. I got the board set up. Teams. It's me and Abilene and Grace. We'll be team 2. Well, we'll be team 1.
Okay.
And then Ellie and Rach will be team 2. So what I need you to do right now is you pick a team you want to be on. And here's how we're going to play the game. The way we're going to play the game is each of us are going to pick 2 Pictionary words. We're going to do our first word and our second word at the same time because there's a delay about 10 seconds from what we're doing and what you're seeing, and so this will help. So the first people to get both words correct will win a point on the round. Now here's the theme tonight, guys. The theme tonight is classic Disney movies. Classic Disney movies, okay? So audience, classic Disney movies is how we're gonna go, and I say we play. Let's do this. So who wants to go first on my team? Okay, Abby's gonna go first. Grace, you're gonna wait till the second round. What about you guys? Who's going first? Ellie, you gonna go get your sister?
Okay, I'll go.
All right, and I'll watch for some comments here and just see how everyone's doing. All right, here we go. Pick 2 words out of the bowl.
Hey, don't look.
All right, who's Team Abby and who is Team Rach?
Team 2!
Team 1, Team 1. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys.
I get 2 words, sorry.
All right, 2 of them. On your mark. Are yours too hard? Hold on, I get to help my teammate.
Okay, vote for Team 2.
All right.
You know.
Most of these are cartoon Disney movies. They are all cartoon Disney movies. I think they're classics. Here we go. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh,
All right, so she's drawing. Abby, keep going on that one. There you go. All right, what do we got here? What do we got? Anybody guessing at this point? Brave is a very good close guess. It's not correct. Sword in the Stone.
Woo!
All right, we got one. We got one. We got to get both. We got to get both. Brave is close. Paper Airplane. Nope, not Brave. Robin Hood. Got it. Here we go. Here we go. So it's 1-1. Whoever gets the next one wins the round. Abby, get out of the way so they can see. Ellie, can you move your head? They can't see. Rapunzel? Tangled?
Yes, yes, yes!
Oh! All right, all right.
Very good,
All right.
Abby, that was very
Abby,
good.
what was yours?
Mine was a bow and arrow and to the bell to the...
Abby,
Peter
that was
Pan.
So good.
She got like the hardest ones, y'all. You did so good. All right.
Okay, I'll watch the comments.
Okay. All right, so we got to erase. Round 2. We got this, guys. Here we go.
Come on, Dad.
All right, you ready? All right. 2 things. Oh, boy.
Dad, what's wrong with you?
Okay.
Oh, man.
Are we ready?
All right, on your mark. Get set. Go. All right, who are you guys voting for? Steven's drawing something. Oh boy, what is that?
Dad,
What is
stop,
that? Oh my god.
Dad, stop it.
I mean, if you guys know, go ahead. It said Tarzan.
Oh,
yes. Oh, Tarzan is Ellie's. Okay, so team 2 got a point. Good job.
Come on.
Team, anybody got a guess for team 1?
It's like
What is that weird thing in the corner? Aladdin, babe?
Yes!
Oh!
All right.
Sarah got it.
All right.
And then, okay, anybody got a guess for Ellie's second one? Okay, is it Little Mermaid? No. Okay, no, not Little Mermaid. Brave? No. Up? No. Oh boy, what is Stephen drawing over there with the people? Okay, let's see.
Come on, guys. Y'all got this.
What are you supposed to do? Dumbo? Yes! Ellie got Dumbo thing too.
Oh, it's over.
What
This
is
is
that?
supposed to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh
I'm not a good drawer. I don't know if y'all can even see.
Why did you not draw like a girl?
I don't know. I tried. All right, we're losing bad, guys. We need your help.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I said David and Goliath on yours.
Yeah, it was bad. All right, so, all right, team 1, we're coming back here. Grace, you and Abby, y'all can do this one together. I'll watch the comments. Are we ready? On your mark.
Here, Grace, I'll help you.
Get set. Okay, Grace, be on Mom's team, okay? We're losing bad. On your mark, get set, go.
All right, let's see.
It is kind of hard to see, isn't it?
Hey, Grace has got a little smiley face over here.
All right, what do we
Zoom
got?
in a little bit.
I don't know how. Let's see.
Bring it closer.
All right, here we go. Pinocchio?
Yes! Woo! Good job, Abby.
Emperor's New Groove. Nope. Pinocchio. We got
Look
Pinocchio.
at what Grace has going on here. Look at this little train.
What is it? A train?
Not like a choo-choo train. Like
A train of a gown? She's really going for it, guys.
and
Good
look,
luck.
And look, she has a friend.
Is it cold?
It's cold in here.
It might be cold.
Might be cold where that girl is with the train.
What do you got over there, Abby? Come on.
Frozen!
Frozen!
Yay!
All right.
Gamble,
We got
go ahead,
Frozen.
have a gamble.
All right. What's another one we got to draw? Y'all got to draw a second one.
Oh, okay. Grace,
Hello.
let's do...
All right. What do we got on the top there? What do you got there, Abby? You kind of blocking the way.
What do you want me to do?
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
All right. It looks like he's got fangs. Beauty and the Beast?
Yes!
Oh, yeah! We got it.
Gracie
We got it.
is drawing a...
You guys, I'm having to hold my computer because my my phone isn't working right now. So I'm holding my laptop. Let's check
There's
this
going to be
goodness
a
out.
lot of these, like 101 of them.
101
What do you think
of
this
these
could be?
things.
What is Grace drawing?
101.
101. Somebody's about to guess it. I just know it. Yay,
Dalmatians. Sarah got it.
it.
All right, let's do the last round. Here we go. Do you want to hold, babe? Do you want to
I'll
hold the
hold it.
laptop? Be the camera person?
Okay.
Have her hold it. All right. All right. Wait, where did they all go? Are we done? Oh, here's one that y'all haven't done. Here's one that y'all haven't done. Oh, I got this. All right.
All right, Grayson.
You don't have it?
Grayson, Steven.
Okay, lightning round.
How about you each draw one? Ready? Here we go. You gave me the whole one. You got
All right,
this.
wait,
You got
I'm on this
this.
side. I'm on this side. Okay, Grace. Wait. Ellie, you gotta get over that side. You gotta get over that side.
Okay. What are they drawing, guys? Why'd you gotta pick the bottom, babe?
Well, you know.
Trying to get you in the shot. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Hard with the laptop. I'm sorry. Okay, Steven's is pretty clear.
You wanna color it in?
Oh, man.
Come on, guys. You got this.
Who knows it? Little Mermaid!
Boom!
Anya got it. Sarah got it.
me the hard
Hey, they're all guessing Lion King for you.
Yes,
Yay!
it's Lion
Oh,
King.
look at you holding Simba. That's so cute.
Holding up Simba. That was a good one.
Can you hold up Grace like that? She's our little baby. Ay, caramba.
All right.
Ahora bici, ¿verdad?
All right. Way to play. We got to move on, y'all.
Okay,
That
where
was
are we
fun.
going?
I don't know. Just set it down on
Okay.
that. So,
But it's 2-2.
it's cool. Hold on, guys. We're coming. All right. You want to come around? Hey, so let me get this back. Way to play tonight. You guys are amazing. And anyway, we're going to move on tonight with the rest of things. We got more coming. And so first coming at you tonight, I don't know if y'all know this, but yesterday was a significant day in the life of the country of Mexico. It was Cinco de Mayo.
Ole.
Do you guys know what Cinco de Mayo
No.
is about? What?
No.
This is May. And
Well, we know that.
I know.
Oh,
But it actually, my Spanish teacher told me about this, and it was about Mexico winning over Paris, and it
Well-
was about independence.
well, anyway, there we go.
smart.
So, we caught up with Melissa Williams on Cinco de Mayo yesterday, and let's hear, just kind of what she has to say. Here we go.
Yeah. Hey guys, really quick. Can I ask y'all a question? Okay, now these guys are young, Steven. They might know
Okay.
though. Do
Okay.
you guys, I'm on a Zoom meeting. Do you guys know what Cinco de Mayo means? 5th of May, but what is it? It's what? Day of the Dead, he said.
Day of the Dead?
What does it
What?
mean in history though?
Who died?
Oh God. We don't know. They don't know.
Okay.
They don't know.
Okay.
Dang
We
it, so
are,
they're kind of like me.
We're
Where you
on
at?
here with Melissa Williams, guys. And I mean, like, tell us what's going on. Like, you're at a park, you're talking to people about Cinco de Mayo.
Not a
What's
park.
going on today?
Talking about Cinco de Mayo, we're just talking about tacos, talking about how they're celebrating, how they're not going to celebrate. I'm having a good time. I mean, I try
Is
to
this
come
how you
out.
is this how you celebrate like Cinco de Mayo? Or, like, what do we got
Yeah.
going on here?
Well, no, I actually wore this. I actually wear it a lot. so yeah, I mean, today it works. You know what I mean? Like, it works, but no, I wear it through quarantine. It's been kind of fun to just do different things, bring some joy to the park.
Enjoy.
They got it. Well, I got to stay 6 feet away from them, so it works fine.
Are people
good.
giving you the eye at the park, or like, is it okay? They come in, like, kids coming up
I mean,
thinking you may have some tacos for them, like you're like a taco truck. You're
Yeah,
just,
they
like,
kind.
bringing tacos.
Did you just call me a taco truck? I mean, Steven,
You know what I mean?
did you?
It's like an ice cream truck, but
I
like that
mean-
you would be bringing tacos.
Hey, Melissa, you're a taco truck. I mean, that's kind of rude,
You
but
know,
it's fine. It's
I
fine.
did not
get it.
say
I get
that.
It.
All right.
It's fine.
My
No,
bad.
it's fine. No, I get it. I get it. Let's see if this guy. You know what? This guy just smiled at me real big. So let's see.
Okay.
He's
See
about
what's
to.
going
If
on.
he drives away from me,
Does he know what Cinco
what
de
Cinco de
Mayo is?
Mayo? Yeah.
Let's ask him.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Oh boy, this is
Oh
awkward.
boy, this is not. Excuse me, sir. He has earphones in. Excuse me, sir. Sir. Excuse
Oh,
me,
boy.
sir.
You have
Sir. Do you know what Cinco de Mayo means?
Cockadoodle.
He said cockadoodle.
Cockadoodle.
Okay.
So I'm asking people,
Oh, yeah.
do you know what Cinco de Mayo means?
Oh, May 5th, but I'm not sure.
But what is the
It's a Hispanic holiday.
Hispanic
Yep.
holiday?
It
Yep.
might be to do with
Their independence.
their
Isn't it?
independence. Yeah.
Independence.
That's what I thought.
July
Yeah.
4th.
So it's like our July 4th.
See, that's what I'm
Okay.
thinking. But I
That's
don't
what
really
we
know. I
thought.
don't have Wikipedia in front of me, so I don't know.
Yeah, so we thought, okay, we're
Let's
good.
Celebrate.
See, I'm a taco.
It's Taco Tuesday.
This is Taco Tuesday,
Taco
and it's Cinco de Mayo, and you're out here working out.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Okay, so enjoy.
Beautiful day for a bike ride.
Beautiful day.
Oh, it's nice out here
It's
now.
so nice.
Mhm.
All right, well, you have fun. Thank you for saying hi to us.
Yeah, so I think he knew. I think that's what it is. I,
think-
mean,
yeah,
students,
yeah.
they can tell us. They can look it up right now. They know. They'll tell us
Oh,
in
they
the
know.
comments.
They're probably
Um,
like yelling at us right now.
Yeah. As y'all all know, we are pre-taping this. It's obviously Tuesday here, and y'all are watching this Wednesday, but I think they figured
Yeah.
it out already.
Yeah, I think they get it. I mean, everything's been pre-recorded.
Yeah.
You know
so,
what I mean?
So tell me, I mean, we're all trying to figure this deal out, and you're obviously out and about in the parks during quarantine. Like, what's going on in Melissa's world during quarantine life?
You know, I've Yeah, you can get a selfie. Wait, they want a selfie with me.
Okay. Well, how are we going to
So
do that
I'm-
on Zoom? Can you just do a screenshot with us?
Well, they're gonna do it. Well, they're gonna do it with their
Oh,
phone.
okay. Oh, right.
They don't want me.
That makes sense. Okay, she's
Let's
just
do it.
in the park, guys. Don't
Okay,
mind
guys.
us.
We're gonna be in the selfie.
Taco Tuesday. Happy Cinco de Mayo, guys.
Sorry. Oh wait, Steven. Oh wait.
You're okay. We know what happened. All right.
That's good. I love it. I love it. See y'all later. Have fun. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
Normal Tuesday for Melissa here.
very normal. This is, I mean, I'm surprised they're not jumping out at me. You know what I mean? This is very normal. You know, I am having some, I mean, are you wanting me to get a little bit serious, Stephen? Because I am having a little bit of anxiety and having to really trust the Lord in a whole different way than I've ever had to, where I've literally like talked to him like I said, are you kidding? I said, are you kidding me, Jesus, the other day during my prayers?
Uh-huh.
You know,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because this is just hard. This has been so weird and hard, and I miss my people. I miss my friends. So you know how you have certain things that are like your coping mechanisms? Like
Yeah.
I like to go to the gym. I know that might surprise people, but I was really getting into the gym right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I love going to my classes, like my bar classes and Pilates and stuff like that. Or I like to go sit out by my pool at my apartments. And I know that seems, you know, I hate it because some of us are like embarrassed to like say certain things, but those are like things that really do make me, whenever I need to get out of my head, I need to do that. Well, I couldn't do either one the other day. And no, for 8 weeks, but I'm saying the other day I was having a really, really hard time. And I wanted to just go and sit and be by myself, you know, somewhere like at a pool or whatnot. And I couldn't, I didn't have anywhere to go because my pool was closed. And that
So
really
you went down, like you were ready to go. You went down and like the gate was just locked.
I had sunscreen on my nose.
Mm.
I had all my floaties. I had noodles.
Ready.
I had 4 noodles. You don't want to walk around with 4 noodles as a taco. You know?
Yeah.
So
no.
it was just rough. It was a rough day. And then we're all in this together, which I don't want to break out in song, but we're all in this together, you know, but
that
we
was
all handle it differently. You see what I'm getting at? So you get embarrassed when I'm not handling it as good as maybe my sister or my friends, or so I get like, why am I not handling it good? And we
do you find the ups and downs? Like some days you are good, like you're cool, everything's fine, but there's just other days where you hit these like valleys.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like today, I woke up really jazzed. Like I'm using that word a lot too during quarantine. I'm jazzed today.
You're jazzed. You gotta use the hand.
Jazzed. I'm just pumped. Like
it's
just
Taco
jazzed.
Tuesday.
But
so what do you do to snap out of the like down days?
I will go outside, number one. Okay.
That's a good one.
I mean, I know that was profound, and that was pretty, I should write a book on that. Just go outside.
Just go outside when you're down.
But you know what I've been doing? I've been reading my journal. Not writing in it, reading old journals for when I know Jesus saved me from something or fixed something in my life. Like I know there was a bad time. I know the years. We all should know, if we're being transparent with ourselves, we know the years or the months that we maybe were going through something. And so I'll read those journals because I know Jesus was very present at that time and did something. And it really is crazy to be reminded of that out of my own words.
Yeah.
I'm reading my own stuff, not to get all serious, but that did happen the other day. And it was
That's
really nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, because he saved me from so much, but we forget when we're in the middle of a quarantine, sitting in a park in a taco hat. You know what I mean? You forget. Just stopping and thinking, what has he, like literally asking, what has he saved me from? Or what was that day that I went to D Now and this happened? Like, you know, get in a Zoom call about just talking about the good things that happened in the last 55 days or 5 years or 3 years, or just think about
Yeah.
the month you got saved. Just
Yeah.
thinking about that is huge. So, so that's been helping me too.
That's awesome.
Talking to my friends, like making sure that we do Marco Polo and we do FaceTime, and not thinking that that's just for other people, like kind of challenging myself to go, wait, maybe FaceTime, there is something to that,
Yeah.
Um,
It's whatever way we can connect, we should still do it. Even though we're all sick of Zoom calls, there's still a difference between Zoom calls at school where I'm in a class and just like striving to like call my friends and reconnect with them.
That's exactly right. That's just hearing other people laugh and like talking about old stuff. I don't know. It's just, there's still something to that. And I think that we're all learning a new way to chat and a new way to do things, and, stepping away from the gaming systems and stepping away from that stuff that, like, why am I having a weird day, but I've done the same exact thing every day? We'll do something different that day. It seems silly, but there's people around with it.
These are wise words from a lady in a taco hat, y'all. So
yeah, sorry if that
I love the like juxtapose of you being serious and like giving us some great wisdom, but just straight up in a taco hat, enjoying Taco Tuesday. This is awesome.
Tacos have feelings too. You know what I mean?
Hey, by the way, my wife brought this in here. She saw our interview, and this was in our kitchen.
Oh, I love it. It's always Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Well, today, when we're showing this, it is Wednesday. But guys, next Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, or it's always Taco Tuesday. You can have tacos tonight.
Yep. There you go.
Well, Melissa, thanks so much for sharing with us, letting us into a little bit of your day and the park, bringing cheer to people. It's been amazing.
It's been fun. I'm going to walk around one more time because I don't feel done. So can
we interview you again in the coming months?
Absolutely.
Would you come back?
I would love to come back. I mean, let's do it. Let's get it on.
I'll get my people with your people, and we'll figure it out and have you back on soon.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, bye, Melissa.
Students.
See you guys
later. Okay, bye.
That was fun, right? I don't know where she got that hat, but pretty crazy. So I don't know if you celebrated Cinco de Mayo, but I love getting to talk and catch up with Melissa. I'm curious, what was one of your takeaways from what she talked about? I got hashtag go outside. I think someone put something about tacos have feelings too. I don't know. What was your takeaway from that? I'd love to know about it. And what I'm going to do right now, because actually these comments stay, I'm going to poll you guys on a couple things. I want to know from you. I want to hear from you specifically about what we do on Wednesday nights, what games, first off, you would like us to play. If you've got any game ideas, something you would like us to try, maybe even a few students that would like to challenge our family, we can set that up. You just got to let me know in the comments what you want to do. So my first question is that, what are some games you want us to play in the coming weeks? We're going to be here in May, so I'm looking for ideas. The second question is, what is a student you want to hear from? Now, we're going to hear from Sarah Braun in just a little bit, and Sarah Braun and Alison caught up. We're going to hear from them, but I'm curious, who are some students you want to hear from? And we'll set that up to have a conversation. I know I've interviewed a few of you guys, but, just throw it down there in the comments and let me know. If you want to hear from one of the students, we'll set up an interview. You'll get to hear from them in the coming weeks. I do have a special guest next week. I am actually going to be talking with Josh Wilson. He is coming and doing a concert. It's still virtual, but it's specific to TheMET in Houston. So I'm excited about that. He's going to be with us next week. I can't wait. And I think Pastor Matt and I have another tall tale to tell next week. So that'll be kind of fun. But I would love to know, who are some people you want to hear from? People that you want me to interview or you want to talk to. Let me know in the comments section. I may not respond right now to it, but I will be reading those, so feel free. Now, not only was yesterday a big day with Cinco de Mayo and all, we have a big one this Sunday, guys. A big one. All right? Hopefully you know what Sunday is. And if you don't, I'm helping you out. That's why you tune in. I got to give you this heads up. It is, yes, that's right, Mother's Day. Mother's Day, guys. This is not a holiday that you want to play around with, okay? You don't want to be late to the party. You need to think through this, okay? So I'm not going to lie, I don't have a lot of ideas for my mom right now. And I'm going to ask you guys, any ideas on what I could do for my mom on Mother's Day? Now listen, she doesn't live here, but she lives close enough. We may even visit. I'm thinking about surprising her, but I don't know what you guys are doing for Mother's Day, and I'd love some ideas, y'all. I've done the flowers. I've done the edible arrangement, like you know what I'm talking about with the fruit thing. That was fun. And I'm just kind of out of ideas. I mean, my mom likes puzzles, but anyway, what are you doing for your mom? Unless she's watching right now with you, don't tell me. I don't want to spoil it. But cooking is a good one, or cleaning the house. Those are some great ideas. Just helping moms. Moms do so much. So remember, this Sunday is Mother's Day, guys. Big one, all right? So yeah, let me know your ideas. And yeah, Leah, that's why you're on here. I'm going to remind you of what Sundays are. So, you know, you jump into church, and then it's Celebrate Mom Day, okay? I do need to announce a couple things too. So yeah, I will. Send her a video of why I love her. Thanks, Casey. I appreciate that. That's a good idea. Couple announcements. We are starting another YouVersion plan tomorrow morning. So if you're not following us on YouVersion, it's Bible.com, or you can get the app on your phone. Just search the app Bible. There's all kinds of reading plans, and every once in a while we connect as a student ministry. If you don't know what to read or how to get into God's Word, it's a really easy way to do it. And we start a new plan tomorrow morning. I've invited a lot of you who are already following to join us for 5 out of 7 days, all right? So you can still skip 2 days. Don't skip them, but you don't have to read this plan on those days. But join us on our YouVersion plan. Also, some of you guys that are connecting with us on Wednesdays like this, I want to tell you about something else in our youth ministry that you may not even know about. But we believe that life is best together. And yeah, I get it. We're quarantined. We can't be together. But when we weren't quarantined, we were meeting regularly in small groups. It was guy groups, girl groups of kind of like different grades. And we call them small groups. And a lot of you on here are involved with your small group. And that's awesome. And in quarantine time, it's a little weird. But man, groups are getting on Zoom calls, staying connected, sharing prayer requests. And it's really the way that we care for you. If you're a student or and you're watching this and you're not in a small group at all, like you don't have anyone to Zoom call with or hang out with, here's what I want you to do right now. And this is going to be a little ghetto, but I'm going to just write this out for you. I want you to email me, all right? Because we want to connect you to a small group if you're not in one. We want to jump you right into a Zoom call with a bunch of people your age, your friends. I promise it's not weird. We're all used to it. So what you're going to want to email, let me get this right. Wow, this is high tech, right? So this is my notes, what I've been talking about, but this is the email. Students at TheMET.church. Students, that's plural, at TheMET.church. If you're not in a small group, would you do it like right now? I mean, you're on your device. Just shoot us a quick email and be like, hey, I would love to jump in a small group, and just let us know a little bit about yourself, and we'll reply back, and we'd love to connect some of you that aren't connected. Speaking of someone who is connected, who is a student, I think junior in high school and in a small group, and you know her, you love her if you're involved in our student ministry. But we're going to be talking to Sarah Braun. I think Alison caught up with her, and we're going to hear from her, and then I can't wait to dive into tonight's message. But let's first hear from Alison and Sarah.
Yeah. Hey guys, really quick, can I ask y'all a question? Okay, now these guys.
Wrong button.
Hey y'all, I am here with our friend Sarah Braun. Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself. What grade are you in? What school do you go to?
I'm finishing up my junior year of high school at Cypress Creek High School, just down the street from the Met.
Awesome. So you're about to be a senior.
Yes.
What is it like thinking that you are going to be a senior next year? You are almost done with high school.
It's really, really weird. Like, it was weird to think about whenever I was in school, but now that, like, I've been out of school for this semester and I'm going to jump in, I'm going to be, like, so close to done, is really weird. It's also weird to think about because, like, college applications start opening, like, right before school gets in, so it's really weird to think about as well. Like, I'll be entering high school and I'll be like, either done with college applications or I'll be almost done with college apps. So I'll enter high school as I'm also trying to enter college. It's blown my mind the past few weeks.
There's just so many things. What would be your dream college to go to?
That's definitely up for debate right now because I'm definitely stuck in between. I would definitely say it would be my dream to be able to get into MIT. It would be amazing.
Yes, set those standards high. That is so amazing. That is really incredible. So during quarantine, we've all been trapped at home with our families. How many people have you been quarantined with?
It is me and it is 5 other people. So it's my 3 siblings and my 2 parents. So there's 6 of us in total here.
What is that like? Because I'm only quarantined with 1 other person who still goes to work. So I'm at home all day by myself. What is it like in your house right now?
It's definitely a zoo at times, but it's also weird because like we range from like it's my parents and then we range from 21 years old to 7 years old. So we're on completely different ends of the spectrum. And like even though my brother and I are 2 years apart, we're all kind of doing like completely different things than each other. Yeah. So none of us can really relate to each other. Like my sister's technically off of school right now because she was doing an internship when all this happened.
Wow.
So it's a lot of like trying to figure out what everyone needs. It's definitely a lot of compromise because like everyone needs to do different things at different times. And it's a lot of figuring out, okay, what do I need to get done? When do I need to get it done? How am I going to do it? And not affect the 5 people around me. So it's a lot of like compromising and like trying to patiently communicate with each other and figure out like what we're going to do, which doesn't always happen, but it's definitely like there's definitely some highs and lows because we're here so long that you could be patient at times, but it's really, really easy to get frustrated.
Yeah. Wow. It's a lesson in communication for sure.
Oh yeah.
So you are like right in the middle when it comes to like sibling age, right?
Yep.
Wow. So you're navigating older siblings, younger siblings, parents, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Good job. Yeah. Way to go. Well, before we dive in super deep, I want to do what I call 5 fun facts. So I'm going to ask you 5 fun facts, 5 fun questions that I believe lead us to know who you are as a person. Okay? Are you ready?
Yep.
Don't give it too much thought. Just answer immediately the first thing that pops into your head, okay?
Okay.
All right. We'll go easy for the first question. Sarah, what's your favorite color?
Pink.
Not purple, like what's behind you?
No, this is my sister at 7 years old.
Well, I like your sister's 7-year-old room. Very cool. Question number 2. What vegetable best describes your personality?
Vegetable. I guess carrots. They're kind of weird. And I used to eat them with my bunny all the time, or my guinea pig all the time, so okay. I'd say carrots.
Carrots. It's good. I like carrots. Question number 3. If you had to be in an arm wrestling match with anyone from your favorite show, who would you want to be in an arm wrestling match with?
I'd say Monica from Friends.
She is really competitive. I do not know that I would want to compete against her in any way. You are a brave woman.
I'd say it'd be a really interesting scenario, so I'd be really curious to see how that would go.
Yeah, I would watch. I would cheer you on for sure. I love it. Question number 4. If you were competing in the 2020 Olympics this summer in Tokyo, what would you win a gold medal at?
Wow. Definitely nothing to do with running. I hate running. I would say just standing on the sideline and cheering because I'm not really like superior at any physical activities.
Hey, if they gave a medal for cheering,
yeah.
Okay, I like that. We need people to cheer the athletes on. Mm-hmm. I would personally want to win the gold medal in like rhythmic gymnastics.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Right? Like who even knew that was a thing? My mind is blown. Question number 5. What was the last book that you read and enjoyed?
The Martian by Andy Weir. It's also a movie with Matt Damon.
Awesome. Very cool. And that's five fun facts. You did it.
Yay.
And now for maybe the more important things. Sarah, it's been so fun to get to know you on a totally different level. But now I would love for you to just share with us, what are you currently reading in Scripture, and what is God teaching you right now?
I'm currently between Psalms and Revelations. I've actually been focusing more on Revelations the past few weeks. It's always been so intriguing to me, and so I really just had the time on my hands to dig deeper into it. And it's got so much information in it, and it's really one of the things that I was reading about the other day was reading some of the letters that John wrote to the churches at the time, and he was talking about with one of the churches, like rekindling your first love, and it's like whenever you first like felt like the love of Jesus and you first kind of committed your life and you were super enthusiastic about doing this and about being committed and talking to others about your faith and just being involved, like you want to always have that. You want to always like remember that and act with that. And although like I read that like maybe like a week ago, but I'm still kind of stuck on it. Like I still keep like rereading that part and things around it and like tying things into it, because it's really interesting to think about, because like I have seen it in myself. Like you really walk into it for the first time, and you have these moments, like bursts of energy where you're like, yes, this is my everything. This is just what I want to do. And I love all of this. And then there's like moments when it's like you're busy, or it's like low moments, and it's just like you start turning away from it.
Yeah.
And like I've just been like identifying that in my own life and like kind of figuring out like what I can do to help, like, I don't know, not have those low moments quite as often. Like I don't want to end up having these big dips in time when I'm just like forget about reading the Bible and like, engage myself in it. Like I want to be able to keep going and like not have this like weird pattern of like do and don't. So
yeah, it's interesting how in life we'll go through these seasons, these highs and lows in our faith. And what I basically just heard you talk about is remembering what it was like to meet Jesus and to accept him for the first time, and how you were like on fire and you wanted other people to have that joy and to know who God is, and what kind of fuel that longing is, that excitement is for your relationship with the Lord, and how it helps you grow is so important. I love that you are challenging yourself with the book of Revelation. I mean, that's a big challenge, and a really incredible book to dive into and to study. There's so much insight in there, but it takes work. So I'm really proud of you you're like, yes, I'm so proud of you for diving in. And I love that it has taught you to just remember. That's been really cool. I'm going to put you on the spot. I didn't prepare you with this question, but what are some of the ways that you are able to personally remember and be drawn back to that first love?
For me, it's kind of like remembering to tie things back to like God and to like remember, like a lot of times whenever I'm not trapped in the house every day, it's remembering to be grateful for things and to not dwell on certain things. And to really like, I've been learning how to kind of trust more, and it's been remembering to do those things in different situations, because it's so easy. Like I tend to overthink and overanalyze things. And so it's kind of learning to take a step back, to take a deep breath, and to kind of just, be grateful for things and to not worry about things I should be worrying about. And like now that I'm trapped at home, it's all about making sure to kind of stick with a routine and to like remember to like read the word, to actually like apply it, because it's easy to do. It sounds weird, but it's almost easier to do whenever you go outside the house and you talk to different people. You get to hear their scenarios, and then you start talking about things going on in your life and their lives. And so it's like you get conversation with new people, but like in the house, it's kind of weird because like you read it and then you go out like into your living room and you're like, I'm in the same spot, you know, what am I gonna do? But
Yeah.
it's really just like remembering the small things and remembering to like think about him and what he says in everyday situations.
Yeah, I love that. It reminds me of something that I heard a parent actually, a question that they ask one of their kids every day is, how did you see Jesus today? You know, it's having those eyes to recognize this is where I saw God show up today, and just even being thankful, and recognizing like, hey, I'm thankful because these are gifts from God. Like I've been provided for. I don't need to fear, and I can trust that God is going to come through, and He's shown Himself in this way. And so now I can continue to walk forward, to move forward, because I know what He's done for me in the past. He can do for me again. So love that you're learning that you're recognizing that, and just like to hear how you're applying it, and just even taking the steps to apply Scripture is huge. We should all be doing it, but sometimes we forget. We read it, we set it down, and we go about our lives. But what a challenge that you have just given us to actually apply what we are reading in our lives. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, for letting us interview you, and just for sharing what's been on your heart. Any parting words?
Stay patient. I feel like we're almost out of this.
Yeah. Stay patient. I love it. Sarah, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
I'm so glad that you've joined us tonight, because we're right in the middle of this series called The Big Picture, and we've been talking a lot about how in life sometimes we miss the bigger picture. We see things only from our perspective, which means we only see part of the story, and that causes us to miss the rest of what might be happening, aka the bigger picture. Before we jump in tonight, I want to ask you guys a question, okay? How often do you do the right thing? Now, don't shout out your answers there in your room, but I want you to think about that for just a second. How often do you know the right thing to do and you actually choose to do it? I think so many of us would admit that there's at least a few decisions that we can look back on and say we knew what was right and we still did the opposite. I know I have. I mean, even right now, I'm trying to like eat right. I know what I'm supposed to eat, just don't want to. But growing up, I remember there was this kid in my neighborhood. His name was Lane. And no one liked him. Like, he got on everybody's nerves. I know that sounds bad, but you know what I mean, that kid. And my mom would like push me, like, you need to be friends with Lane and hang out with him and love that kid. He needs, you know, friends too. So I committed to do this project with him one weekend. I'm going to help him with his his Cub Scout project. And right before I was going to go over to his house to help him, my friend called me and was like, hey man, we're like all going to the movies. And I was like, ugh. So I called Lane and was like, I'm sick, man. You know, kind of did that whole thing. Totally lied to him. Totally blew off that commitment and went and hung out with my friends instead. Like, I knew the right thing to do was to keep my commitment, but that wasn't near as fun as going and hanging with my friends. Anyway, I think we can all agree on one thing tonight. Like, doing the right thing isn't always easy. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not that big of a deal. But sometimes it means not choosing the fun, exciting, or popular thing, the thing that we want to do. And that can make choosing the right thing in any situation actually a pretty hard choice. Honestly, I think that's because doing the right thing usually will cost us something. Like, think about that. Some of you know the right thing to do is to be honest with your parents or your coaches or teachers. But if you were to be honest, you might get in trouble if you tell them what is going on. Doing the right thing might have a consequence of punishment. That could definitely cost you something. Or maybe you know the right thing to do is to babysit your siblings or do the chores your parents want you to. But man, you do not feel like doing that. And it's going to cost you your freedom. Like you wanted to do something else. Maybe you know the right thing isn't to say yes to that guy that's asked you out. And you know you're not allowed to be dating right now. Doing the right thing will cost you that relationship. And it feels like a pretty high cost. Or maybe the right thing to do is to be honest about how you feel towards a friend. But you know that if you're honest and you say what you need to say, it might end up in a fight or a fallout with one of your friends. And that conflict is going to cost you. But you know it's the right thing. I mean, the list could go on and on tonight. The reality is we've all been in situations where we've had to choose to do the right thing. But if we do, we know it might cost us. Sometimes the right thing is easy and it's an obvious choice, but other times it can be really complicated to discern what is the right thing here. And when we start to count the cost of doing the right thing, suddenly the choice isn't clear. Sometimes it's difficult to do the right thing because we simply don't know what the right thing is, right? So I guess I want to start tonight's question with this, like right now, okay, tonight, to help us be prepared, how do we know what the right thing is? Like even when it's difficult, unclear, or it's going to cost us a lot, even when it seems like it's going to make our lives worse rather than better, how do we know what the right choice is and what we should do? And that's why I want to continue looking at the life of Joseph. I want us to take a closer look. Now, we've been studying his life the past few weeks because we need to be reminded that there really is a bigger picture in our lives than what our current situation is, right? Like when we look at Joseph, we can see the whole story, but at the same time, Joseph only saw what was happening in that moment. Like we can read back and see what God did, but in the moment, all he knows is the now. Same for us. All we know is the right now. Joseph started out as the guy who was in a conflict with his brothers. You remember, like they threw him into this empty well. They ended up selling him into slavery. Not the happiest story ever. But God had huge plans for Joseph. There was a bigger picture that Joseph couldn't see, a picture that was actually really incredible. So incredible, in fact, we're still talking about it right now. So if you've got a Bible, I want you to turn to the first book in the Bible, Genesis, the very first book. Genesis means beginning. And I want you to turn all the way to chapter 39. Now, as you're turning there or flipping through your phone maybe, I don't know how you're doing it, go ahead and give a shout out in our comment section. We love the Bible, right? Because God teaches us so much in here about how he's created us and how he's wired us and what his dreams for us really are, what life lived best looks like. And as we look at Joseph's story, we start to see there is a bigger picture and a bigger plan even in our own lives. So you guys got Genesis 39? Okay. Well, as you get there, we're picking up right in Joseph's story, right after he's sold into slavery with these people. And Joseph is eventually bought by a powerful Egyptian man named Potiphar. This guy was a big shot in the government. He was the captain of Pharaoh's guards. And because God never left Joseph in this time, he was actually still blessing Joseph in whatever he did. Even though Joseph was a slave, God allowed him to prosper in it. And after some time working for Potiphar, Joseph was put in charge of Potiphar's entire house, like everything he owned. So even though Joseph was in a bad situation, things seem to be turning out right. Turning out good, right? Well, that's where this story starts. So turn with me, Genesis 39, 6 and 7. And here's what it says. Now Joseph was handsome in form and in appearance. Uh-oh, watch out, all right? And after a time, his master's wife cast her eyes on Joseph and said, "Come to bed with me." Yikes. Can we just talk about how bad that is? Joseph was in this, he was a good-looking dude and he was working hard for his boss. Suddenly, Potiphar's wife noticed. And just like that, she invites him to do something that was only meant for her and her husband, not for her and Joseph, right? Potiphar's wife was basically inviting Joseph to have an affair. This is not good. Now, to put it in our present situation and context, like this is a little bit like maybe your best friend's boyfriend or girlfriend texting or DMing you or Snapchatting, whatever y'all do that, and asking you to hang out on the side. Sure, they might be cute, but they're with your bestie. So, having them ask you to sneak around, hang out on the low isn't a great situation for you to be in, right? It isn't an invitation to do something you know is right. It's a bad invitation. And I think right now, guys, in quarantine, I just want to say there are many situations on your screen that are invitations into bad things, into pornography, invitations into things that can destroy your marriage before it even begins. But let's get real. It is tempting. Like a temptation wouldn't be tempting if it wasn't tempting. So I get that. And it's why we need to encourage each other and help each other in our struggles. It is a big deal. There's a lot of invitations out there. And right here, there's a lot at stake for Joseph with this invitation. I don't know what you would have done in this situation. I don't know what I would have done in this situation. But I can tell you this. Joseph, he probably could have considered like, man, I could get away with this. I could give it a shot. all those little choices, they ultimately could have led him to having an affair with Potiphar's wife. But that would have cost Joseph something way greater. And Joseph was trying to do the right thing, so he decided to take a different route and not buy into this. Let's read verses 8 through 10. Here's what it says. He refused, and he said to his master's wife, "Behold, because of me, my master has no concern about me in the house. He's put everything that he has in my charge. He is not greater in this house than I am, nor has he kept anything from me except you, because you're his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" And as she spoke to Joseph day after day, he would not listen to her, to lie beside her, or to be with her. Man, over and over, she's presenting him with this invitation. And instead of giving in to Potiphar's wife, Joseph decided to do what was right. Not just once, like over and over, he made the right decision. Every time Potiphar's wife came to Joseph, he made the same choice to do the right thing. Now, you would think because Joseph did the right choice, or made the right choice and did the right thing, that everything was going to work out great, right? This right choice was so obvious and clear that you'd think it wouldn't cost him anything to make that right decision. You'd think it would work out great, but believe it or not, doing the right thing here, it actually was going to cost Joseph a lot. It was going to cost him his freedom. You see, sometime later, Potiphar's wife came to Joseph again, and same invitation, and Joseph actually runs away, but as he runs, she grabs his cloak and pulls it off of him. And Joseph tried so hard to do the right thing that when he took off running, he leaves this cloak behind in her hands. Now, because Potiphar's wife obviously was sketchy, she told everyone that Joseph was actually pursuing her and that she screamed for help and Joseph ran away, and she kept his cloak as proof. Of course, Potiphar wasn't happy when he heard this news. He was angry, of course. And so angry, he throws Joseph in prison. Prison. This is not the happy ending you'd expect for someone who just did the right thing. You see, sometimes doing the right thing will get you applause and approval, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes doing the right thing is going to come at a cost that's completely unfair. And that's what happens right here to Joseph. But Joseph did the right thing because he had integrity. He didn't know what the bigger picture was, but doing the right thing, regardless of what it's going to cost you, that's the definition of integrity. Right? Ultimately, God knows all that we're doing, even when no one else sees it. Remember Joseph's response to Potiphar's wife? Why he wouldn't do this wicked thing? Because he didn't want to sin against God. When we choose wrong and we want to wrong someone, it ultimately wrongs God. Joseph understood this, and he knew that honoring God would bring way more blessing in his life and in the bigger picture than jumping right in to this momentary pleasure that he knew could destroy him. He was operating with integrity. Joseph knew that choosing the right thing was the best decision no matter what happened next. And that's what I want you to know tonight too. Okay, here's what I think we can remember from this story. When we can't see the bigger picture, when we don't know what's going to be next, at least do the next right thing. Do the next right thing. You remember Pastor Matt just a week ago talking about that in his message, that we're called to just do the right thing. In the moments here that Joseph faced, he had a choice. He didn't know what the bigger picture was. He didn't know what the outcome of his decision was. And even when he did the right thing, it didn't work out for him. Well, at least at first. But he still chose to do what was right. That's what's so hard about this. Because I think we want to do the same thing. And I know when we're struggling to do the next right thing or make the next right choice, it's hard to consider what might be the outcome if we do that thing. But I want you to consider something tonight first, okay? First, I want you to just think about what situations are you currently in where you need to do the next right thing. Maybe it is a relationship that's starting to push your boundaries. Maybe it is a conversation you've been avoiding with your parents. Maybe it is a friendship that needs to change. Whatever it is, think about the situation you're in and what steps you need to take to make the next right choice. See, the situation where you need help in making the right choice, that is very important to what this story is talking about. And our response, it's simple, okay? It's simple, but it can be difficult. Your next right thing, it could be a simple thing, but it could be a very difficult thing. Like, do you need to confess to a parent? Or do you need to ask one of your friends to help you with something? Do you need to apologize to someone in your life? Do you need to not go to that party you're invited to, mainly because we're in quarantine anyway, right? Maybe you need to have a tough conversation with that boyfriend or that girlfriend. In your situation, what's the next right thing? Now, here's the deal. It's easy to sit here and think about it. Like, okay, I know the next right thing for me is this. And it may be even easier right now for you to just think about that and then forget and leave. So I want to ask you to do something else tonight. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to tell someone about what your next right thing is. Maybe your small group leader or a trusted friend. Invite them to ask you this week if you actually did it. Let them help you take a step towards the right thing, because we need each other, right? We can't do this alone. And even when temptations are out there and it's easier just to go along with things, we need people to help come alongside us and remind us, hey, there's a bigger thing at stake here. There's a bigger picture. To do the right thing is going to matter in the long run, even if it costs you in the short run. What is your next right thing? Maybe for some of you, like, you're tuning in tonight and you know your next right thing is really to give your life to Jesus. Like, you've been doing everything your own way, doing your own thing, and you know God is calling you in with this invitation to live a life pleasing to Him, to give your life to Him. And I want to challenge you with this, students. Like, you don't have to clean yourself up to come to God. You don't have to make yourself better. In fact, the reason we come to God is because we're not better, because we are broken, because we do have sin in our lives. And the invitation that God gives us is that in the midst of our sin, in the midst of our brokenness, in the midst of maybe some bad choices, that God is inviting you in to relationship with Him, where He can come and cleanse you and forgive you and bring you into a right path and a right relationship with Him. So maybe your next right thing to do is just to let us know that you want to begin a relationship with God. You want to give your life to Jesus, start following Him. And if that's you, I want to encourage you just to text us and let us know. And the way you would do that is just to text the word TheMIX, TheMIX, just TheMIX, all one word, no spaces, to 313131. Text the word TheMIX to 313131 and let us know if you want to start a relationship with God. Me or Alison or some of our leaders, we'd love to connect with you and talk to you about what that means to start walking with God, to do the next right thing. I don't know what your next right thing is, but I know that God has been speaking tonight, and I would challenge you not to ignore it. Let me pray for us. God, Lord, I thank you that you do have a way that is better than this world. God, that you are leading us, that you're even speaking tonight. And I pray for courage for these students just to do the next right thing, whatever that is, God, to hear your voice and to respond, to tell a friend and even have another friend walk alongside them and hold them accountable to what that is. Lord, thank you for speaking through Joseph's life, reminding, that we are in a bigger story, that there's a future ahead, that the decisions we make right now really will affect that. So help us to walk in your ways, we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Next week, I do have another special guest. I can't wait for you to hear from him, but I'll tell you more about that later. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you next week.